Hey everybody, it's Erin from Erin Makes, and welcome to the next episode of Erin Makes With. This is a series where every week I bring in a new fun special guest where we do a little bit of crafting, a little bit of chatting, and we have a ton of fun. So let's get to it. Almost ready to find out our special guest here in a moment. So our special guest this week is Cheryl Boglioli from Gel Press. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, how are you guys doing?
We're all good here. I had a crazy night last night. I was telling Cheryl this right before the show aired. My internet went out and I was freaking out because I was like, we were gone like for 5 hours. We had no internet. It was absolutely bananas. And so I was like all panicking. So how's your day been since you've woken up? Because I was all stressed out last night.
I bet you that technology. We love it and hate it at the same time, right?
Yeah, totally. So anything new going on? Any fun stuff? It could be a little personal, it could be a little whatever. Anything fun happening in your life right now? You're living in Florida. I know that. You go to the beach every day? I'm jealous.
No, I don't. I am not a beach person. I mean, look at the skin. I'm redhead, fading redhead, but freckles, no, I burn. I did get a vacation last week, did go to the beach one day and got sunburned. So yeah, real quick. No, I had like 70 sunscreen on, so it doesn't help. But weather right now has been absolutely gorgeous in Florida. So I've been trying to get out, do things, just be outside as much as possible. And I'm really loving it. The weather, the temperatures have been very moderate. So I'm not complaining. I'm dreading the summer very much.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, especially because I'm in Austin, so it gets so blinking hot, and everybody asks, like, how's the weather there? I'm like, well, right now we're between 70 and 90, and it's really pretty, and, with the flowers are out. They're like, oh, I wish I lived. I'm like, not in the summer. You don't want to be here in July and August where you can't even touch your steering wheel. It's so blinking hot. It's awful.
It is. That's why the auto start still works great in warm environments too, because you can auto start and turn the AC on instead of the heater.
Smart.
That's what I do. Yeah.
All the people that are joining us, welcome. We got Cheryl and Barbara, and we got Creative Life Studios. Welcome. This is the people have commented so far. But we'd love to know where you guys are watching us from. This is not for anything specific. I'm just always curious about who is watching us from where. I think the best place I've had so far is Iceland. I always wanted to go there. That's like on my go-to things.
Yes, that would be cool.
Do you have a special place you would want to go to after all this crazy COVID-ness and you feel safe to travel that you would want to go to? I think I want to go to Italy, but
I got to go to Italy just a couple of years ago. I'm so blessed. 2 places that were on my bucket list I've been able to do. One of them was Australia. I went to Australia and taught in Australia using Gel Press for many weeks. I was there for about 5 weeks and got to see all the eastern part of Australia. It was amazing. And then I came back, I was home for about a week and then flew to Italy with a friend, and we just spent a week going around. I want to go back very much so.
All the food, I would just be like,
it was
the wine.
It was the food, it was the art, it was the wine, it was the cheese, it was the fresh markets. I think that's something that really stood out to me. You here in the United States, we go to the grocery store and you find pretty much everything. You go to the grocery store, especially if you go in a big box store, you can get everything from clothes and underwear to Tide to, meat and potatoes. In Italy, it's little markets. So you actually have a butcher shop to go to and a bakery to go to. I found similar things in Australia, but the markets were amazing, seeing all the different shops that they had. And then the art, I got to go to Florence and go in some of those museums that I've just always dreamed about. I stood in front of David and cried because I was seeing it in real life.
And it's not as big as you think it is. It's smaller, right? At least is that my impression? I always think of this being like this massive statue, but it's not. It's kind of like life size to a real human.
But they've got it up on a pedestal. Yeah. They've got it up, so you still can't there. But man, the details in those buttocks were amazing. So it was a lot of fun though.
I'm glad you went with the backside, not the front side. So there.
Yeah. Well, we are, public live. So.
It's art. We can talk about those things. It's all art, right?
Yeah.
So you've been there, but where would you want to go? Like, where's your go-to place if you have never been to before, or would you go back? I guess that's the better question.
I
Like,
would go back to Italy in a heartbeat. And Australia, absolutely. Somewhere else that I would love to go. Iceland would probably be one of those lists. I had a very dear friend of mine who was a fellow artist who was from Iceland, and she would speak it with her husband, and it was amazing to hear that. And she unfortunately passed away just a few years ago, and I would love to just go. She would told me so much about it and shared pictures, so that is somewhere that I would love to go. Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, maybe
I'm just
Ireland?
reading people. We
Yeah.
have, Netherlands is in the house, California, San Antonio, Texas,
Oh.
Arkansas, San Diego. What else? Some people were commenting earlier. I didn't quite catch that. Yeah, there we go. Florida, a few people in Florida. Very cool. Now, if everybody's like, I want to go to Paris. Paris is pretty cool. I did Paris in a weekend. That was, I did the Louvre, we did Versailles, we did the Eiffel Tower, we did a barge tour. It was a ton of fun.
That would be.
I had
I've
a
not
blast.
done that yet either.
You haven't been to
Put that
Paris
on
yet?
the list. No.
Gotta have the list.
So.
Oh, and somebody's saying they would go to Alaska again. Yeah, Alaska's pretty cool. I've not been there.
I would like to do a cruise to Alaska. That I think would be fun, and see the whales and stuff. Yeah, let's do.
My
Let's book
parents
it.
live in British. Let's go. Let's make it an art cruise, Alaskan cruise.
Yes,
there we go.
Yes, come on.
I would totally do it. I would totally do it. I'd love to like teach and then just eat everything on the buffet and be out at sea. Oh, I'd be in heaven, absolute heaven.
All right, so speaking of who plans these things, you need to get on it and then let us know, and we'll tag along. We'll help teach, all that kind of stuff. So
totally will help teach. Yep, I can teach just about anything. I'm good to go.
Yep.
I'll even teach about the ship. That was my old career. Once upon a time, I used to sail, and I also marine biology, so I can tell you about the animals out there too. So, one-stop shop right here.
You're booked.
So, speaking of art, you are here with Gel Press today. Can you give us, like, how long have you worked with them, and what do you do with them, and what is Gel Press all about? I'd love to hear it all about that.
Gel Press is amazing. No, they are, but I have been with Gel Press for about 5 years. They came to the Creativation show about 5 years ago, and I had been teaching at the time. I travel teach, and I have a little vintage trailer and travel all over the United States into Canada. And I was using similar plates in a lot of my classes. So as soon as I saw that they were going to be there, I went to their booth first thing. So my brand manager likes to joke that I am their very first Gel Press junkie. So I just went into the booth and said, I want to know about you. What do you have to offer? This is what I do. And we began a relationship at that point, a working relationship. So I've been using them to teach and create with the Gel Press plates for a few years now. But in June of last year, I was asked to step into the role of creative director. So now I'm the creative director of Gel Press, and I'm helping to manage the design team and projects, and just work on some marketing things that development for ideas in the future. And that keeps me quite busy at this point. So it was a big transition of bringing on new people. We have a huge team that I absolutely love working with. We've got card makers, mixed media artists, fine artists, scrapbookers, art journalers. We just have a whole big group that is very active in our as part of our creative artists. So
I had to give you full screen for that because it was all about you.
I was wondering.
I didn't want people to be distracted by me. And she's like, I didn't prep her for that. All of a sudden I saw the look on her face. She was like, what'd she just do? Where'd she go? Where'd she go?
Your internet went out again. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to carry this show on my own. How's she doing it with her internet gone?
Actually, last week Eileen was on and my internet did cut out. They were putting fiber all around our neighborhood, and I'm pretty sure that's why we were without internet for a little bit last night. But they also know that we have a ton of kids that are virtual, including my kids here at home. And so I think they're very careful not to mess with it. So it would go down for like a minute and then come back up. But because we're both within the platform, streaming within the same thing, it just kept on going with her, and then I just popped back in, so it worked just fine. But no, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Don't go.
Okay.
If I did freeze, I'd be like this.
Oh yeah,
which is what I did. I had some really crazy expressions.
Every time somebody takes a photo of me when I'm teaching, it's always going. with my hands out, a face, always, always.
So Gel Press is known for their gel plates. And so behind me, I
Yes.
have some of the product, not all of them. This is just a small sampling of some of the products.
Just a
We're just
little
going to go through a few of them. I would say, like, do you remember what the first product was? Or what is your go-to product that you love to use as your number one, I guess? Or I don't know, maybe that's just a bad question to ask. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what my number one would be. You know what? Surprisingly, my number one would probably be the 3x5. Believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
I work
The little
big and
one.
I love working big, but the 3x5 I use almost every time I do anything because I use it as an extra paint palette. I use it to mix paints. I use it to transfer things. It's because it has a little grip to it. It'll also hold little items when you have them stuck on your desk and they won't go anywhere. So the 3x5 is probably the one that I use the absolute most because I use it with every other plate. But after that, it would probably.
So just perspective, this is the 8x10. So the 3x5 is like, it's itty bitty, but it's so cool. So
here's the 3x5. Mine has paint on it. So yeah, little bitty one.
It comes clear because you say it's made out of gel, right?
Yes, it's a mineral oil. Yep.
But it's okay if it gets stained and it has color to it. I guess you're seasoning it, quote unquote, right? Like that's totally cool that it doesn't stay pristine and look awesome like it came out of the package.
You can keep yours looking pristine if you want to. I like a little bit of a grungy look because every time I add more paint to it and then lift it, those little pieces come with it. And I personally like that. Some people like to keep it clean, but they're super easy to clean. I've got a 6x6 today that I'm going to use as a little palette, and it still has a little paint on it too. So, but I did clean our special little piece.
And then there's like these giant ones. This is the 12x12. So this would be really good if you want to make your background papers for scrapbooking and stuff because it fits a full 12x12 or 8.5x11 if you want to do a full sheet of copy paper or something.
Yeah, so, that's a little
thing is bigger than my head.
That's a good point to make too, is you don't have to use the whole thing because some people are intimidated by going, what am I going to do with a 12x12? I don't work with a 12x12. Or our largest one is actually a 12x14. And people think there is a bigger one. Yes. And it's amazing. It's such fun because you can put a lot of things on there. So when you've got a bigger plate, you can use just a piece of it, or you can do multiple things all at once. And that's what I like about using the larger plates. But the 12x12 is great to do a scrapbook page and a layout. Or how about that scrapbook paper that you bought way, way back when that you really don't like anymore? Yeah, it's really thin, or it's got a pattern that's just outdated, or you loved it at that time, but now your styles have changed. You can use that and put paint and gesso and all that kind of stuff on it and transfer your paper into something totally different and definitely you.
That's cool. I love that idea. Taking something old and then just tweaking it up and making it just right there perfect for you at that moment. You don't have to go buy new products to use with these plates. So I think it's fantastic. But then you guys have some really cool ones. And I'm going to change my camera so you can see them a little bit more up close. I think my favorite is, I don't know if you guys can see this, they're little lips. It's like little kissy lips. I love that. And there's a little moustache and a heart.
Mustachio question.
Mustachio question. I love that. So this is one of you have a few. These are called minis or?
Those are called petites.
Petites.
Yep. Those are petites. And we have different sets. We have a basic set. We have two basic sets, A and set B. You just hang them back up. That has the basic sets has the basic shapes: square, circle, triangle, and then like a rectangle oval. Nope. And then we have designer series. So those are some of them that you have in the back right now that are designed by different designers and have different shapes on them.
So this one's got a cloud and a coffee cup and like a little starburst. That's cool.
Yes. Yeah.
And then just to throw another one out there so you guys can see, this one's got a little light bulb. I love it. Like, oh, I'm thinking of that. And then an arrow. And then the bottom, is it another coffee cup?
That is a coffee cup. And
the other one wasn't a coffee cup. Sorry, it was like a speech bubble. Sorry, that was on this one.
Talk bubble.
I was wrong.
Speech bubble. Yep.
Wrong one. And then we're going to come back
to those. Sorry, Erin. the fun thing about those shapes is that they come in different shapes. And so you said, for example, that one was a light bulb, but what else could that be? One of our designers, Carrie Salee, just did a thing a few weeks back about what do you see? And she tried to take a few of those and make something different. So that could be a light bulb or a hot air balloon.
Cool. Or you could like flip it upside down or just do a portion of it too,
Yep.
I guess, if you wanted to. Yeah, that's cool. I love
I've seen some of the
ways.
other shapes turned into pumpkins, like the speak bubble turned into a pumpkin and some other things.
That could totally be a pumpkin. Look at that.
Right.
Okay, so I didn't do a really good job, but there's a speech pumpkin. Like I flip it upside down, it's a pumpkin.
Right?
I love it. That is so much fun. Now, to go with the gel press, and we're going to be playing with these when we do our little bit of arting later on. You guys have some little accoutrements that go with it as lack of. So number one, you're going to need a brayer. So they do have brayers.
Yep.
And we'll show you how they use later. This is the brayer they sell, but there's lots of brayers out there. This one works great. I love it. But there's also these really cool texture things that we have. So she has these little, or gel press has these really fun kind of like squeegees, for lack of a better term, but they add texture. And I think you're going to play with some of them today, right, Cheryl?
Yep. They're called texture combs, and we call all of these our gel accessories.
Just
gel accessories. Yeah. So the texture combs are great because they're soft, they're pliable, they're not going to hurt your plate in any means. And there's different sizes and shapes on all 4 sizes. So it makes them a lot of fun. And they're lightweight.
I didn't hold it long enough. But
yep.
Look at that. There's so many cool pieces on there. Like every side has got a new kind of shape or thingy on there, right?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah. And then another one, and you're going to be playing with the circle one. You said that one was called Repeat Circles, but this one is a mandala one, which I think I'm going to play with today. And these are called the Impressibles, which we're going to demonstrate what this is all about when we're starting to play. But can you tell us a little bit about the Impressibles and what they do?
The Impressibles are like the most awesome thing ever. The Impressibles are still a gel plate. So they're made out of the same material that you're used to playing with. So they're very squishy, they're easy to clean. But what makes them more fun is that they are embossed or debossed. So they have patterns that are raised on them. Think of it kind of like a giant stamp on steroids, but squishier. So you can use paint with it, ink, whatever, the same way that you do with your plates. You can use them to do a print. You can use them with your gel plates to transfer onto another surface or onto one of your larger gel plates or smaller and develop different patterns. If the paint gets in there, you can wash them off or let it dry and peel them out, which is a lot of fun also. I'm looking real quick. I had a little piece that I had let dry in there and then peeled it out to use in a canvas. So I like the mandala to put like modeling paste, the light modeling paste, and just put it all in those little grooves and then let it dry and then peel it out. And now
that's cool. So you don't have to use a wet paint. You can let it dry and then layer. I mean, that's kind of there's sky's the limit on how you want to play with all of these fun plates and move them and like add layers to it. Like you said, the little sticky bits left over of the previous color make for the extra little bits of texture that you've got, which is really cool. Now you guys have started kind of a new program and it's all about awareness. So one of the first ones you guys started was with, I want to pull this out. Here we go. It was the Faith Impressions. And we're actually going to be doing another episode specifically on the Faith Impressions. But this was with Carrie Sally. And so we are going to chat more about this later on. But this was one of the first ones that's awareness. This is all faith-based and Bible journaling. And did I miss anything on this one?
No, Carrie Salee is.
I said it wrong.
Yeah, that's okay. Carrie Salee.
I think I've said that wrong my whole life.
A bunch of people do. Her and I struggle with that. It's Carrie Salee, Cheryl Boglioli, so everybody messes it up. But I think we're both.
Did I say your name right when I started? Did I say it correctly?
I don't think so, but that's okay.
Okay, I'm sorry if I should have asked. I totally should be asked, like especially the guest that's coming on, be like, say your name for me like 5 times so it's in my head. But we always see it written. I don't think I've ever
Yep.
said your last name before, or hers for that matter. So in
Yep.
my head, I'm just like, it's Sally.
Yep. Nope.
Celie sounds so much cooler though.
That's her line with the Faith Impression. So she has a Facebook group also where she does lives every week showing how to use those. And you can use those plates. It's great because that one comes with like 2 border plates and then the little dimmies. There's 4 dimmies and 2 border plates. So that works great, not only in a Bible or faith journaling, but it's really a lot of fun also to use in an art journal or on a scrapbook page because you've got that long border. So you can create little embellishments and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's very cool. And then you guys came out with another one, and let me pull up the graphic because I don't have it here on me. So you guys came up with a second one that was all about, do I have it? Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to talk about this one too, because this is a cool thing. So the next one you guys came up with was the ribbon. And so the ribbon goes along with, and you did it for breast cancer awareness. But
yes,
it really
we released that in October. Yes,
yeah,
correct.
That's cool. And then a little side swervy note into the brand new one that just got released, which is the puzzle piece for autism awareness, which is really cool. And so the deal you have on right now is that if you get the puzzle piece, you get 50% off the awareness ribbon. So that's kind of a fun little deal that they have going on right now. So just as a heads up.
Yep.
But let's talk a little bit more about the puzzle piece. So here it is. It's actually like a little puzzle piece. And I have mine. It's all painted up. We're going to be playing with those today. But can you tell us a little bit about the reasoning behind and who is the spokesperson for this?
Yes, the puzzle piece was developed to be just to help encourage discussions about autism awareness. So especially as our team's been growing, we have found out that there are so many people who have family members who work in the industry and deal with people who are on the spectrum one way or the other. So we have teachers, family members, all kinds of things. And so we just really wanted to encourage the discussion about it. And so Donna Salazar worked with us for a while. There's her lovely face. And she took some time off because she was actively involved in caring for her grandson who has autism and going through therapy with him and just helping work with him. So we brought Donna back, and she's back in the craft industry. We're so excited. And she's going to be our autism awareness sponsor, ambassador, on autism awareness ambassador. Let me get that out. So we're really excited to have her back. And so she'll be talking every month and doing posts and videos about just bringing it into awareness and what it means to her, and just her point of view from it also through the research and things that she's done.
I love that. And truthfully, I mean, we couldn't have picked a better topic to talk about today because my son is on the autism spectrum. He's actually right here. He's a little camera shy, but you want to say hi, Morgan?
Hi.
He's right here. He didn't want to come on, but he's like, I'll say hi as long as I'm not on camera. So he's 15. We've been dealing with the whole rigmarole of everything and going through therapy and different medications to help. And, you know, it's a struggle, but it's also good to know that there's people out there advocating and understanding and trying to, like you say, spread awareness. And art therapy is a huge deal. I mean, he's done it. I've done it. It's near and dear to my heart is the bottom line. So is there anything you want to say to anybody? He's like, I tried to get him to come on.
Hi, Morgan.
He doesn't know what to say, but you know, it's one of those things that he has to deal with his whole life. And so does our family. And I personally love the puzzle piece because it lets us know that we all do fit together and that we can work together. And also it's one of his favorite things to do is puzzles. He's been doing them his whole life. Oh. So it really has kind of a cool, I keep looking over at him on the ground. Well, he's kind of sitting on a chair right there, but it just, he can't see you. You want to wave over here? You can put your hand in and wave. There he is. You've got a glimpse of him. There we go. If I span out, do we see a little more of you?
No,
come on. Ah, there he is. Aww. This is my son, Morgan. So
hello.
Yeah, no, he can't hear anybody, but he'll just wave hi. Oh, now the dog's got to come in too. So
Okay.
yeah, this is a amazing program. I mean, I feel for Donna. She's got people in her family she helps take care of. And just anybody else out there who's got kids or even family members that are on the spectrum, you know, the more we are letting people aware of what's going on and just that it is a daily struggle. We have good days, we have bad days. The kids have good days, the kids have bad days. But the more we're understanding about all of it, I think, and not quick to judge so fast or make names or, you know, point fingers or leave them out. That was one of our biggest issues that we've had over time, is him just being left out. So just include those kids as much as possible, because it does make the world of difference. Yeah.
Absolutely. Good.
All right. Thank you, honey.
And that's what we hope as Gel Press, is just to help bring awareness to that and get conversations started and talk about what the awareness is and, you know, how can we help? And so just this little piece helps bring a little piece of art that you can touch it. And so, you know, it's a tactile thing. So you can feel it, you can play with it with your fingers, you can press on it, you can put paint, ink, whatever. It's just really good therapy.
It's fun just to squish it and play with it. And you can tell mine's all painty. I've been arting on it today.
See, I cleaned mine for you. I should have just left it messy.
Well, that's, you said they're all seasoned, they're all good. Yep. So in that vein, I absolutely love it. And if you have any kids, or if you know have a family member who is on the autism spectrum, giant hugs to you. It is a struggle, but it's also a blessing. There are so many amazing things that we have been able to do with him, and just like the way his brain works is just phenomenal. But it's also, there's bad days too. There's good days and bad days. And so hugs to all of you that have a family member or a loved one that is on the spectrum, because we're in it together. Is the bottom line.
Absolutely. Good.
So with good news and happy news, there's a giveaway. I love when I get to announce giveaways. So I'm gonna put the picture. So this is the amazing giveaway. There are actually 2 of them that we are giving away, one live on this show and one if you're watching the replay, or if you left a comment while we were live, then you have a chance to still win. So you get what size is that gel plate? Is that the 6x6?
That is a 6x6. So you get a 6x6 gel press plate. You get the 4-inch brayer and a set of texture combs.
Very cool.
So everything you need to get started.
Yay! All right, so how do you enter into the giveaway? Well, we have a pretty easy way to do it. So let me change our screen here. If you see me looking funny, it's because I'm doing all the producing on the back end here. So I'm not trying to ignore any comments or questions or not look at you guys. So because they have this amazing, they have the ribbon, they have the puzzle piece, and they also have the faith expressions. Our question to you is, what other shapes would you like to see that support awareness causes? Is there any that we've left out? Or is there any that would still be amazing? I mean, there's so many amazing causes out there. There's so many things that art would be wonderful for. Art therapy is a very real thing, and it's super important for people to release their energies. So is there other causes out there that have a shape that you think would be really good fit for gel press?
I cannot wait to see what everybody says, because we've got some ideas in mind, but it will be interesting to see what other shapes people think of and would like to see, what causes, you know. So,
I already see some butterflies and rainbows. I love the rainbow idea. That's cool. Rainbow.
That is.
That'd be cool with like a texture thing too. There could be like a texture plate that goes with the shape.
Like a shaped impressible. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I got to start taking notes. I have to do some screenshots and send them to the people who work on these things.
So there actually was, how about a ribbon for breast cancer awareness? Well, that was what one of the original ones was, a ribbon. So there is a ribbon shape available right now, and it could go for any of the colors of the ribbons. So for AIDS awareness, breast cancer, I mean, you name it. If there's a color for a ribbon, you can color the gel however you want when you make your impression. So it's cool.
And that's a good one. We had a great success with that one. So Cheryl Waters is part of our team, and she's one of our wellness ambassadors. So she is a survivor of breast cancer. So we brought her on in October when they brought that plate out, and we're just super excited to see. I'm sorry?
I think I saw Cheryl's name on here earlier today. I think she's been commenting on and
Oh,
off. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, she might be artsy chick.
That's possible. Now this one, oh yeah, there it is. No, she's on a Cheryl Waters because she's on from watching us from YouTube. That's awesome.
Oh,
But there was one that I thought, where to go? I just saw it. Where to go? Oh, here it is. This one's, I think, really important. Let me get rid of the banner real fast so we can actually see it. Sorry, I'm having to flip back and forth real fast, but I want to make this one super important. I mean, they're all important. I can't say that one is not one over the other. I just had it. There it is. The semicolon. For suicide prevention. That one's, I think, a big one because I think there are a lot of people, especially right now, dealing with depression and just having so much stress with everything that's been going on. I think the rates are higher than they've been in so many years. So again, just keeping an eye out for those people that you haven't heard from in a long time. I think that one's super, super important.
I think so too.
Again,
I love that
there's
idea.
not one that's not important, truly. You're going to get some really cool ideas from this.
Well, the interesting, what else I'd like to know if people are leaving comments and commenting. So, with the ribbon, we can use that in a scrapbook page, art journal, make a card or whatever. So that one, I've seen it used in so many different ways. And the puzzle piece, same way. People are using it to actually make little puzzles out of in their art journal. I think I want to do one with some fabric and create like a little quilt. So when you're mentioning other shapes that you would like to see, how would you use them? So the semicolon, for example, I can see that in a scrapbook page as well. It's like this emphatic statement or something, or in a card. But any of the other causes, like leave a comment too about how you could see yourself using that shape in your art. Where would you use it in your art? That would be interesting to know also.
Definitely. Yeah. Oh, there's some really cool ones. I mean, I've seen there's been like a puppy paw. Well, it doesn't have to be a dog, but it could be like a paw print that could go for all different animals. There's been ladybugs. There's been all different amazing comments. I have to go back and read all these, and I will read all of these.
I will too.
Because they are so cool. I love all of your amazing ideas. They're so cool. Somebody did mention angel wings, and there is a set of angel wings in one of the petite sets, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is cool. I love that. Okay, we're going to let Cheryl switch her camera around. So I'm going to pop her off. And in the meantime, I'm going to let you guys see some of the amazing projects that the team has made using the really cool puzzle piece, which I have mine all already. And then we're going to create with this puzzle piece while she's flipping her camera around. So let me show you guys some of the awesome stuff. My daughter is also sitting right here off wings because she's going to come in and art with us for a little bit to show you guys that even kids can use these products because they are safe, which I think is awesome. So just take a look at some of these really cool. So this is more of like a scrapbook page that you can see with the puzzle pieces on there. I'm not sure who made this one, but because I can't see a name on there unless I'm missing it. I love this one. And then here is just a art piece. That's kind of what I'm going to be making here in a little bit. Something very similar to that. This is one that is on a card. Super, super cute. And I love how she's gone through and she's added through. I'm not sure. I'm saying she. It could be a he that made this. And like gone through and added circles and had all kinds of fun. Here's one. And we're going to comment on this later about how all the puzzle pieces, they actually go together. And so you can see how they all connect together and create like a big puzzle. So you could totally do that. Here's another one that's created. It looks like a card or just like an art piece. And this one's from Kat Kerr. I do see her name on there. So that's really cool. Different, not less. I get that. I love that. Different, not less. And then we have one last one. And this one, Do I Puzzle You? So just a little bit of a different take. I mean, I'd have to go into the whole realm of autism. It could just be a fun shape that you're using for something for fun for art. All right. So we also have, I mean, you can use, here's the breast cancer one. This is the original one that was one of the first ones for all the awareness areas. So this one's the breast cancer one, so you can get that. And one of the other things we did not mention, or maybe we did, I'm not sure, but let me put it up there anyway, is there is use code puzzle for 50% off the awareness ribbon if you put the puzzle piece into your cart. And if you have $15 worth of product in your cart, you get free shipping if you're in the USA. Yay! So that's just a fun thing. And just to replay again, for your chance to win one of the amazing prizes, here we have what shape would you like to see and to support an awareness cause. We had some amazing comments already. And Cheryl would also, along with Jill Press, what are some of the things that you would use it on? Like, what would you create with that? What kind of art would you create with those particular pieces? And so leave a comment down there and you will win. If you're one of the lucky winners, this is what your prize is. Oh, let me get the banner off. So sorry. There's 2 winners, 1 live and then also 1 in the replay. And you get a 6x6 gel plate, the brayer, and 2 texture combs. So really fun. And this is for international. So we are able to ship, or they are able to ship internationally. So we'd love to have you leave a comment. And if you're watching on the replay, leave a comment as well, because we would love to have you. All right, I think she is back. So we're gonna pop her back in. There she is. Hello, hello.
I couldn't see, so I couldn't tell if I was in the right place or not.
I think you are. You're upside down, but that's cool. We can still see art.
I can turn.
We're good to go. We're going to turn. All right. Before we get all dizzy, I'll just pull it off for a quick second. See as she turns it. But I want to show you guys a few other projects using gel press, because these ones, you don't have to just use that piece. So these are using some of the other project pieces on there. Here you can see, and I'm not sure who made these ones, but look, you can do it on paper and you can like add other thing. Once the paint has dried, you can do so much cool. So you can make art, you can cover outside of containers. Here we've got these like ATC cards. On the left side, you can really just see some of the basic prints that you can pull off of there. I mean, sky is the limit. You can layer, layer, layer. And we're going to have fun here in a second playing. So are you good to go? Are we ready?
I think so.
Okay, cool. So I have my art stuff here ready. So here we go. We have ourselves. Like she's got all like a really cool art.
Still upside down though.
It's okay. It's all good.
Okay. All right.
Does it bother you? It doesn't bother me.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I turned it, but it still looks like it's upside down.
I don't know. Maybe your phone's being silly with you. I don't know.
Probably.
It's all good. So she and I are both going to create using this fun puzzle piece. And then what we're actually doing with it. Oh, there it goes. It's looking good. It's looking good. Yay.
Okay.
It works.
It's going to bother me.
It works. I love it. So we're going to create a piece to go with this really cool piece that Donna Salazar is putting together. So these are also, we're all using shades of blue, and this is a mobile that we're sending our pieces to, and Donna's going to add to it. So it's really kind of a cool thing. So everybody's take on it is going to be a little bit different, a little bit fun. Your space is a lot more brighter than mine. So all I've done just to show you what I have, and you've got different paints and different stuff. So I've got a couple of different paints. I've got some folk art surface paints, all in blue colors. I had to be careful of how much light because all the things behind me. I also have some Pebeo paints that I'm going to be using, but you don't just have to use paints. Like you're pulling out all kinds of cool stuff. So I'm going to play a little bit just to show where I'm at.
Yeah, you don't have to use just paints. You can use any kind of paint, from a simple craft paint to your more expensive golden artist paints, anything. You also use inks, even watercolors. Any water-based things will have a tendency to kind of like beat up on here, but you can use it, and that'll give you this really great watercolory effect. And even encaustic, so you can use like the pigments, encaustic pigments, pigment sticks, RNF pigment sticks on here, oil paint. There's a lot of different mediums that you can use.
Is there anything you should stay away from?
You should stay away from anything that's solvent based. So you don't want to use solvent based materials on here. You do not want to you want to keep it away. We laugh and say that gel press plays with everything except for sharp instruments and blow torches. So it is flammable because it is a mineral oil based product. So it is flammable. So don't play near fire with it. Yeah, and you don't want to use something like a really chunky glitter or, you know, those kind of paints on here, or anything that's solvent based, because that will erode it. You also want to be careful, just a little note, if you're putting it on a non-stick craft mat, because some people like to put their plates on something to keep it from sliding around. It does not have a good relationship with silicone mats, so it will have a reaction. That's not silicone, is it? That's just a non-stick.
Yep. Okay, so I'm good here.
So that's good. Yep, you're good.
Okay.
But there, I think the white one is a silicone. There's some others that are silicone based. So yeah, and it doesn't take much of any medium that you put on here, and you can just build up different layers. So if I just want to create this little base layer, just a little paint, this is little puzzle piece, so a little goes a long way. And you can be really nice and neat. Always rub your brayer off on something. So you see I've got my art journal open next to me so that I can just start creating some backgrounds that I can play in later and clean my brayer at the same time. And little tip,
But could I just
always store your
use a
brayer
sheet of...
upside down.
Oh, I see. I keep putting it down like this. You're saying do it like that. See, I have a bad habit. I'm really bad. So I could just use a piece of copy paper and pull some of these really good chunky bits off. But what if I wanted to leave some of the chunkies and get them to come, because I'm getting them to come back on my gel plate. Is that cool?
It will. It'll just add textures. It just depends on what you like to do. You can clean it up and add other things later too. Just, you know, get little chunky bits on here. Your brayer will get little chunky bits. If they dry too much on your brayer, it will leave impressions when you're trying to work with this. So know that also.
Okay.
All right. So
all we're
I'm going
doing
to play
is
with these little combs. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm just adding straight paint, and I'm going to do one more impression, and then my daughter is standing by. She wants to play, so I'm going to let her. And you were mentioning something about kids, so this is totally kid safe, right? There's nothing in here.
These are non-toxic and kids safe, so kids can play with them. And if you had one that was pristine, they're even food safe. So they are. I wouldn't put food on it after I put ink and different mediums on it, but you know, you can. So the other thing that I like to do, so you're keeping yours on your mat and you're laying your paper on top of it. And that's definitely something. You can also put your smaller, or even, I do have a big 8x10.
So I didn't. You've got yours on another plate, right? So I could leave it on the little plastic piece it came with, but you put yours on like a big stamping plate?
Stamping block.
Stamping block.
So that I can actually pick it up and stamp with it and see exactly where I'm going to put it.
Cool. So if you wanted to add different shapes on something because you want to put it in a specific place versus just randomly putting it on copy paper like I'm doing it. But there's no wrong way to do it. All right.
No.
My daughter is right here. She wants to come say hi. She's a little short, so jump. There we go.
I can see her.
So here she is. So she wants to come in. So she's going to come in and she's going to do a little art. So keep it right here so we can see. Just add your paint, whatever you want. Oh, she's going to get a stool. Smart cookie. And so remember, when you're done, I need to clean my brayer off. We're just playing with all different colors of blue. I put a whole bunch of fun colors in here. And then when you're done, just put your brayer upside down. So I'm going to let you play. Have fun. You go, girl.
I love the way that you're using a paintbrush to apply your paint and then smoothing out with the brayer.
I just figure I'd get some cool textures with that too. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it right or wrong. I'm not sure.
No, that's a great way to do it. You can do it you can do it with your fingers, which is really a lot of fun with the kids. You can put your fingers in here and play with it. Another thing about the plates too is they're I just lost the word again. I think it's called inert, but meaning basically because these are so durable and they are kids safe. One, they're super, super durable in the fact that you can, you know, squish this up, you can stretch them really far, and you're not going to mess this up. So it's very difficult to like tear a piece off. So even a smaller kid that might put this in their mouth, or you know, somebody who likes to touch and things with their mouth, if they bit into this, it's going to come out the same way it went in, so it's not going to hurt somebody.
There you go. So she's adding like layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of paint. Does that matter?
If you get too thick of paint, your paper just might swim when you put it on there and shift, so it'll just take a really long time for it to dry. So I'm going to use the Impressible now to create a little pattern while she's doing that.
Cool. And I'm going to open up one of the other ones here. So rub it back and forth. Kind of tap, tap, tap. Don't wiggle it. There you go. Just going to tap, tap, tap. There you go. Like that. And then lift up and then show everybody your pretty art you just made.
I have to stop to watch what she's doing.
Oh, there she is. Look at her go. Very cool. All right, you want to hold it up for everybody? Show them. Here's your art. There's your cool art.
Perfect.
So I love this because I'm kind of hiding behind you. All right. You want to do one more? Or are you good? She wants to do another one. Okay, go for it. Here, let's switch around. I love it because there's no wrong way that the kids, like, they can't mess it up. Like, it's just fun, pretty art, and it's just really cool.
Now, see, I'm building up layers on here, so that's what I like about using a stamping block. I already have the piece that I put the first layer on a minute ago, and I've added some color and I use the Impressibles to create these little shapes. And then I'm just going to look and put my head in the way and stamp right over my original image to get another layer.
I love that.
These also cling really well. I should have pulled that out with the stamping platform like Misty.
Oh, very cool.
There we go. Oh, I like that.
So not too thick for the Misty?
The larger ones can work. It won't close like all the way, but I haven't broke one yet. You don't have to press really, really hard. The Impressibles fit in there. They're a little bit thinner. So you'll see that the Impressible plate is thinner than the regular plates. But they'll still fit. They do work.
Catherine, do you want to try putting a shape in there? You can talk, it's okay. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So do you want to, I got two options here. So when I got my box of goodies, it came with bubble wrap, and I thought the bubbles on here look really cool. So do you want to do the bubble wrap, or do you want to use the plate? Do you want to do the bubble wrap? All right. So I pulled bubble wrap. I'm guessing this is totally okay to use other surfaces than.
You can use anything you have, and that's what makes it really fun to play with. So you could use the bubble wrap. So you've got bubble wrap out. Okay. I could use stencils. So here is a little stencil. So this one's by the Crafters Workshop. This is one of their cookie stencils, which is perfect because it's the perfect size to put on here. And
do it. 2 impressions go on one end of the paper. There you go, right there. There you go. Look at her go. She remembered to do the brayer correctly.
She did.
I have some really bad habits when I do some art stuff, and that was one of them. And I knew that, and I just never remember to do it. I don't know why.
You'll remember when your brayer. See, I still do it here. Mine's done. I try to make it a habit, but every once in a while I still messed up. But you'll remember when your brayer gets stuck to your paper. But the other thing is, if you walked away and left it, like, we're pretty active. We don't walk away and leave our desk for too long with everything on it. But if you did, oh, look, then you come back, and if you left it sitting somewhere like on a hard surface and you left it there for a long time, it could actually create like a flat indentation on your brayer. And so you may find that if you have one that you left for a long time, that when you're brayering, it's going da-dum, 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 and that's probably because you got a little flat edge on there from leaving it sitting like this. So try to make it a habit to put them up, and then I store them in little containers or something when I'm not using them. So
my big stamp block is behind me that I can't get to because I have a wall of stuff behind me. Because I have my products all hanging up here, and my stuff is behind me, so I can't get to it at this moment. So I'm just going to use the little plastic piece because I want to go back and I want to restamp over one that I've already made, and I want to add
that will work.
So I've let that one dry. So I'm going to come in, and because I didn't have, that's got some pretty lightish colors. And you don't have to fill up the whole thing, right? You can leave some blank spaces. It doesn't have to be fully filled with paint.
No.
I think this time I'm going to use the Impressible here. Come in. Oh, that's so cool. I just love that. It's just like such a cool texture to it.
Isn't that great?
And if you guys have any questions, I'm going to get my comments back up on screen. If you have any questions. So somebody said, what are the Impressibles? So this is the Impressible. It's kind of hard to see. It's that gel plate, and they have different designs on here. This one is the mandala, but how many different Impressibles are there?
Oh,
no?
I'm trying to now I have to count. I wasn't expecting that question. There is the mandala. There's the repeat circles, overlapping circles, squares and squares, and retro leaves. So those are the ones that I can think of off the top of my head right away.
Oh,
So
okay. So I did the stupidest thing. I pulled the wrong side off. Now I have just, so this is like a cool thing. I got the Impressibles, but I'm doing the flat side, not the one that actually has the shape. Could that work as its own gel plate?
It could. You're not going to get the same relief because it's thinner, and on the back,
Yeah.
it'll still give that little impression that you have. So
Okay. That was a total oops. Pretend I didn't do that. Or, happy accident, whatever you want to call it. I just pulled
we'll
the
call
extra
that a
paint
happy
off
accident.
this. Happy accidents. It's all good. And is there a good way, like if you want to get this thing super clean, is there just water, or is there any, like
you can
don't use bleach on it, I'm assuming.
No, do not use bleach because bleach is a solvent. So do not use bleach. So don't use that. No, use water is a great way to just clean it off real quick. You can use baby wipes. Oh, look at this on the black. You can use, I have a big thing of, I know it was in high demand there for a while, of hand sanitizer. It's the alcohol that's in the hand sanitizer. So the alcohol is one of the best things to do. So when we're at a trade show and we have a ton of plates that are all yucky and we're all working, we keep the hand sanitizer and we just go around, put hand sanitizer on them and then rub it in with your fingers to take it off. So let's see. I'll show you. It should come clean on this one. This one's been sitting here for a while.
So that's not considered to be a solvent then, the hand sanitizer?
No, it's alcohol. Okay. It's going to dry really quickly. So
what are some other things just to be, you keep saying solvent, but I would have thought that hand sanitizer would have been in that category. So what about like the orange cleaners?
Orange cleaner is okay too. It's an oil base, but you don't want to use like an adhesive as far as putting adhesives on here, especially like not like white glue. I'm stuttering now. The white glue is fine, but if you used like the clear, real tacky adhesives that have solvents in them, sometimes they will mess up your plate. So you also don't want to have anything that does like a chemical reaction. So don't use crackling paste or one of those things that you have 2 layers to, epoxy, anything like that.
I don't think I had enough contrast on that to really see the difference in color. So I'm going to go with a dark color this time to really show.
Now see, this is coming right off, and this has been on here for a while. So this one was tucked away. And just give it just.
So no big deal if you do walk away and leave paint sitting on your plate for a long period of time. Nothing's going to happen to it.
No, most of us that work with it on a regular basis, we actually like to let it dry. And then you can come back with some paint, and the paint will many times reactivate what's dry on there. And then you get this really beautiful lift of color. So that can be another thing.
Trying something different here. I'm going to cut my puzzle piece out anyway. So I was like, you know what? Why can't I just take my Impressible and stick it on over there? Somebody has asked, is Mod Podge okay?
I think it would be because I don't think that's a solvent base. I'm actually not 100% sure if that would be or not. Another thing that people use to clean these is packing tape. So you could put packing tape on here and just let it, put it on here and then pull it off. Then you'll get a really great print, and you can use that packing tape then with a matte medium and put it in your art journal. So I can keep cleaning this. I'm going to not sit here and clean it all day during our little playtime, but you see most of it came off. Many paints and inks will stain your plate. So you see that this one's starting to get like this yellowish, pinkish cast. That's fine. Things will stain it over time. It's the pigments that you're using, but it doesn't hurt your plate at all. So this plate is still perfectly usable. It's just stained, but you can still see through it. So
cool.
I really like the way this one came out. But
so somebody also said, are the Impressibles made from the same material as the gel plates? Yes, it's the
absolutely
same.
They are.
Jelly.
They're just a little thinner. So that's the only difference. So you can see if I held them up next to each other. I'll take this one off the plate. Yeah, I'll put it next to the 6x6 so you can see. So you can see the difference in thickness. I think you can see that there.
Yeah, it's like
Have
half.
one. Yeah. So
Cool. I'm just
but
playing
they're
by adding
also
all layers.
very pliable. So I've taken these and you can stamp onto something that has a shape to it. So if you wanted to stamp onto a box or a piece of clay or, you know, anything else like that to decorate, they're great that they're moldable. So that's one that I like to play with too and move them around things.
I'm just having fun trying to get the bits of paint off of the rest of my Impressible here. So I'm adding more stuff to that than I am to like actual plate.
Well,
So
let's
there's
put in some different layers on this one and talk about letting some of the layers dry. So just get a little bit of paint.
Cool. Now that looks like a giant, like whatever, but what we're doing is we're making this for, and let me pull up the picture again. So we're making these all for this really cool, oh, what's it called? Cheryl, my
It's
head's
a
not working.
mobile.
Mobile.
So
That's the word.
many of our creative artists on the gel press team, each one of those puzzle pieces was made by a different artist on our team. And we're sending them all to Donna, and Donna is putting them together. And it just represents how we're all different, but we all fit together. It's a little wonky. It's a little, it's a little handmade. But that's one of the things that, makes us unique and we really love about it too.
So what I did is I actually went, you can tell what brand am I using as a cereal box. And so I just took the gel, placed it on, and then traced it with pencil. And I did a very kind of like crude job of it just to give a little bit more oomph. You could do a thicker cardstock. You could have all kinds of fun with whatever surfaces you want with that. And then I just really quickly did one of the puzzle pieces. And you can tell I'm a little bit big, but maybe I also kind of like seeing that little bit, but then you would see that color. So I got to trim this up a tiny bit more.
Or you can ink
I don't care if
it
it's
when you're
too
done.
small. I could, but then I would have, I don't know. I'm being weird. I'm going to go a little smaller.
I'm going to distress mine. So.
Oh. Which I could also, with this, I could go through and add this straight to here because it's the right size. And I could add color to that.
Yep.
So like she said, I could go through and I could paint the edge and just so you don't see it. Maybe I'll just do that. I'm trying to cut it up.
And the puzzle piece has two sides. So you can print one side and then you can flip it over to print the other side, the same shape.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just used a texture plate by Carabelle and put a little texture in here. And now I'm going to add some other texture by using my little side palette here. So don't be afraid to use your stamps with your plates. You can use the rubber stamps. You can use clear stamps. Just if you use paint, you might want to wash them off when you're done. I don't unless they get really, really gunky because most of it comes off as I'm using it. So
there was a question earlier. I noticed you don't use the brayer over the paper. Is that not a good idea? I don't think there's a wrong way to do it. Nope. I'm using my hands, but I don't think there's a wrong way to do that in terms of how you're applying it. Do you want to have a even coat? Do you want to have a thicker coat? Do you want to have it a lighter press, a darker press?
Exactly. With the brayer, a lot of people do like to use their brayer. If I'm working with something and I want to make sure that I get every single little detail, I'll use the brayer sometimes. To me, I don't like to put the paint on the back of mine with the brayer as you're, doing the brayer. So some people may keep a second one next to them that's clean. I don't mind getting my hands dirty, but then they're sticking, the papers are wet on both sides with paint. So then they're sticking to everything. So that's why I don't. Typically, I'm just always in a hurry. So I'm putting my brayer down and then using my hands. And I'm also tactile. So I love the feel of
Of pushing on
actually
it. Yeah, it's
pushing
fun.
on it and touching it. And that's what you're going to find, especially when you're doing art therapy, is that this is a hands-on thing. So for them to touch it and squish it and rub the paper, it's almost a meditation to me. Can you stamp on it with dye ink? Yes, you can stamp on it with
Yeah.
dye ink. You
I didn't
can
want to
stamp on
interrupt
it
you, so I
with.
just thought I'd throw the question up there.
Yep, I saw it. I did, because I can't. I keep trying to look to see what is in the comments, but I can't see them all, and some of them are moving pretty quickly. So yeah, you can
And I
use.
already, yeah, go ahead. I was talking over you, so I'm not sure if I talked over your answer to that. So go for it.
No, that's it. No, you can use different inks on here, and you can stamp. So I'm still using paint right now, but you saw what I did a minute ago was I put the paint on a second plate to use as my palette and picked it up, added it to stamp, and then transferred that to my plate to give me a little texture. I don't know how to zoom into this, but so you can see here how I've got the different texture that I'm putting on there. I want to add more. So I'm
It's
trying to
hard
go
to
through.
stop.
It is. It becomes
Somebody was
addictive. It's a
mentioning they're like,
therapy.
it's hard to stop once you get going because you just love it so much and you just want to keep on creating and creating and creating.
You were asking about what else you can use. Think about little things that you can use. Like I found this. This was a little cap that was in one of my coffees to keep it the little lid closed, or a boba
Oh.
tea or something. I can't remember what that was in, but you know, I can take that and create little stamped images. And so I keep all kinds of little stuff around that you might not think of. Onion skins, or not onion skins, but the bags that the onions come in.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
A strawberry basket. Oh, look at this. This is so cute. I love this little
She's
thing.
having all kinds of fun.
I
I'm
am,
going to go
because I
ahead and
just
stick this
stuck
on.
this here the other day and I'm like, oh, I think that'll make a good pattern. And I haven't played with it yet. So this is actually my first time playing with this little, you can see it's just what was inside of a little cup that I had that was keeping it. And look.
That's cool. That is so much fun.
So
now I'm going to like open my
moving
drawers and see what
slow.
crap I have stuck inside my drawers that I can pull out and use. Seriously.
Oh, here's one that I like to use here. It's my hedgehog dryer ball.
See, I have this little jar. I'm going to try that and play with that.
Yep.
I think I'm just going to actually.
You can use pretty much anything that you have. And you can also find brayers that have different patterns and shapes on them, or you can put foam on one and cut it into different shapes as well. So I'm talking slow because I'm trying to let each layer dry before I add another one here, because I really want to build this up.
So now I'm just using my gel plate because I want to add to this as more of, I'm going to get rid of the comment here, as more of, because I can dab my paint versus trying to add, and then I can add my circles onto this. So a little bit different. A lighter color again. Actually, I'm going to go for a very light.
Has anybody else got their gel plates out and playing with us at the same time? Come on.
That'd be fun to know.
I know, right?
Play, it's so much fun. Come on, paint out.
So
I don't know which one I'm going to use.
over.
I love all my puzzle pieces here.
I know, right? I'm putting paint over a stencil on the plate.
Oh my, you're having all kinds of funness happening here. That's kind of working. Here, gotta get more of an angle on it. Some circles, kind of happening. Kind of working.
I know, you're getting ahead of me.
Well, I had done a whole bunch of presses before we got started. So
I have a whole drawer of plates and prints that I'm just storing. I still have, I'm so bad about following up with things that are on my to-do list. I get everything else done, but my own to-do list. When I taught in Australia, I gave away a whole bunch of prints, but I also saved a bunch. And at the end, I had to really decide what to do with those to come home because, you were only allowed so much luggage. And I packed them in a box, brought them home, and I have a whole like paper ream box full of papers that I printed for demos. And I want to actually take time to turn them into an art journal. I think that would be a whole lot of fun to do.
That works a whole lot better. I was trying to take like this and using it as a stamp, it wasn't working. And so here's the difference. I was originally using this as a paint thing, trying to take the paint and go there. I wasn't getting really good impressions, but coming into the gel plate, because it moves down, it adds, like you can actually push, I can get much better rings and circles with the same item. So just to show the difference between the two, why the gel plate works as well as it does is because it does have the give to it.
Yes.
Oh, Crystal, I love that. We've inspired you to do a video today on using her gel press. Yay!
Who?
Our name is Crystal's Creations.
Oh, good.
She's on. So I'm going to pop you up right there. Yay! Go check her out. She'll go play today.
Oh, good. Yes, please do. And tag us and tag Gel Press, tag me, tag Erin, whatever, so that we see it, so we can go watch. So yeah, I just put a whole bunch of different layers on here, and we're going to see if this will actually, and then I topped it off with a little bit of white to see if I can lift all those little layers that I put on here. So I'm going to stamp it on and then give it a good little massage.
I love this one. Somebody says, I've seen artists use different types of things from nature, like leaves, twigs, seeds. That's awesome. I love that.
Yes.
I love how you can just do all different kinds of stuff.
Leaves are so much fun to play on here because they actually, it's got such a great squishability that it'll pick up all the little veins in your leaves when you're doing a print from those. So, and if you want more inspiration, my little commercial here, go and visit the Gel Press YouTube channel where you can see all of our designers who submit videos every week on how to use their gel press plates.
So in the information section, so to tie along with that, in the information section of this video are links to go to the YouTube channel and Facebook channel for both me, Erin Makes, and also to Gel Press. So check that out. They also have a Facebook group, so you can go check that out because they have a ton of amazing things that people are posting stuff, inspiration. I will add that link. I forgot to do it beforehand. We chatted about that, but I forgot to do that. So I will go back and add the links to the Facebook group. And then they also have some amazing inspiration over at Instagram. If that is more your jam and you love to just scroll through Instagram and see really cool stuff, you can check them out there as well. So, but the main site for Gel Press is on there. And so all the links to everything that they have, their Pinterest, everything is on there. So you can check that out there. So, and go like, subscribe, my channels, Gel Press channels. Cheryl, I forgot to add your stuff. We need to add your things too. You need to send me your link so I can add them on there. I totally forgot to add Cheryl's. Of course,
you can find me at Cheryl Boglioli. I think I'm the only Cheryl Boglioli anywhere. So
I love that last name. It's so pretty sounding.
Well, so here's my funny story. So we're just chatting here. The name actually is Italian. So you guys that are Italian, don't give me a hard time about my name. I know. It's supposed to be Boglioli, but my father-in-law was raised in Alabama, and long story short, his father wasn't around and his mother died when he was young. So he was raised by other family members in Alabama. And he just read his name as Louis Boglioli. So it got Alabamanized. And they did not know until my husband was in high school that they were pronouncing it wrong the whole time, and found out my father-in-law met his father for the first time, basically, and found out that it's supposed to be pronounced Boglioli. Boglioli. The G is silent.
Versus Boglioli.
Boglioli. Exactly. But by this time, we've had this name. Well, my husband and his family had it for so long. You're not going to change it at that point.
No.
So now it's
and so many
Boglioli.
names changed when people came from one country to another. Just for spelling purposes or just because the accent changed a little bit over the years. You know, people didn't have the accent from their homeland from when their grandparents or great grandparents or even further back had moved.
Right.
So it happens all the time.
All the time.
So we're cutting out our
piece.
puzzle pieces here because we're going to be adding them to that amazing
mobile.
Seriously. Thank you. This is driving me nuts. I cannot remember how to say. I mean, I can't remember the word mobile. I mean, come on. It's a mobile.
I know.
Ah.
Well, that was Donna's idea. I was so excited to see that. And when she's off, so you and I are going to ship our puzzle pieces to her when we're done. And she's going to finish putting it together. And then when she gets it all finished, put together, I get it back for a while. So I'm really excited. I'm going to hang it in my studio and share it with some gel press things before I send it on to the office and let it go up into the our corporate office up there. But I said that I want to show it
have
in
it for a while.
Yes.
So is it going to be a mobile for a while?
Yeah, it's going to be a mobile for a while. Exactly. I think we should get together and all do something. So I was trying to think of, you know, if everybody got a puzzle piece, you know what, actually, I'm going to throw it out there. If any of you guys buy the puzzle piece and you make a puzzle piece of art on paper, or even a really thin fabric like muslin, but you know, I don't want it super chunky, but make it kind of thin on paper. And if you will send me a message, you can send it to me, and I want to create like a collaged canvas using this of pieces of art from all over the place. And then maybe we can figure out something to do with it. I think that that would be fun. What do you think?
That would be cool. I like that idea.
Okay. I got to get on that and put it together. All right. I hate fussy cutting. That is not my thing at all. But
I know. I'm not I mean, this is not too horrible to fussy cut, but still, yeah, not my thing. Not my
all
thing.
Right. So you see that it's this way, but if I want to print on this side, I just need to flip my stamp over so that I can do that.
Come on, glue.
The other way.
Think I could stamp on muslin fabric to create fabric prints to work on. Yes, that would look so cool.
Yes, see, I want to make like a quilt with them. I think that like a little wall hanging quilt. So that's something else that I definitely want to do. And the neat thing about this puzzle piece too, you'll see in the mobile, see how Donna put it together. Look, all these little pieces fit together. They were done so well that they all fit together when you put your puzzle together.
So let me put the mobile up again so we can see it. And I know the question hasn't really been brought up yet, but what can you actually, like what surfaces can you put on here? So I'm just using plain old copy paper, and that's what I'm putting all of my impressions on. And then I just put a little piece of cereal box in between to make it a little bit stiffer. But you could, is there anything that you, like we were talking about muslin, we were talking about, is there anything that
you don't want to use like a glossy photo paper. So anything that has like no, it's not going to smear. There's a reaction that it'll have with like the clay based. And if you put that on your plate, sometimes it will stick to your plate and not let go. And it will mess it up. But you can use most any other kind of paper. You can even put it on a canvas. So I get a lot of people ask me, well, how can you use this on a canvas? If it's a stretched canvas that has the hollowed out back in the back, put a book or something else behind it to give you some pressure that you can put it on. It works great on like gesso boards, and like from Ampersand has gesso boards and different flat panels that you can use, so that will work. Any kind of paper, copy paper, tissue paper. Here's my stash. So I have a whole tray that I have here of different types of paper that I'm just collecting. Tickets, napkins, deli paper, thick paper, thin paper, it will work. So
somebody's asking what address. Just message Cheryl and she'll send you the information. We're not going to go blasting that all over public everything.
Yeah, just shoot me a message and I'll be happy to share it with you, and you can send it to me. So, and I will put together a little collage, and maybe we can do like a raffle or a giveaway, or I don't know. I got to put some thought into that.
Try and decide. I think I want to put like a phrase on here or something. I want to put some sort of word, but my brain is just not going there because I'm not there. I'm going to have to finish this later on. I'm not quite done with it yet. Can you use it on stamp on other materials like jeans? Ooh.
Yes, it's fabric. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Sure
yeah.
could.
I think that would be really cool. I think that'd be awesome. I mean, like you said, there's not a whole lot the photo paper because it reacts to it, but I mean, there's a ton of other stuff that you guys. I'd love to hear what you guys love to use, just to see all the cool stuff that you guys. An ampersand gel press plate. Ooh, is that on one of these? I don't see them on here.
Maybe I'm not getting an ampersand. We a lot of our artists actually use ampersand plates. So Micah Gogan uses them quite often. He's one of our newest design team members, our creative artists. So he uses them in a lot of his classes and his work. They're really great because they're hard panels. I was looking to see if I have one right here. I don't have one.
Or is she talking about the symbol ampersand? I'm not sure which way she's going with that.
Oh,
see, I took
maybe.
it as the symbol of ampersand.
I bet you. Yeah, I bet you that's what.
Maybe not. I don't know. Nancy, which one did you mean? I'd love to know because we took that totally different ways in the question.
I bet you that's what she's talking about.
But it was good to know the answer that you gave as well. Oh, how to message. You can send her a Facebook message and Instagram direct message. We are going to be posting her email shortly when we announce the winner. So if you want to jot that down, you can send her a message that way. I'm not ready to announce the winner yet, so I'm not going to put that on there. So just hang on. The winner is coming. So while she's still playing, I'm going to put up again what the winners are going to get. So here is the prize by leaving a comment, and I'll put that question up here in a minute for anybody who missed it earlier. And yes, you do need to be here attending so you can get the information, so you can send it off if you are the winner. But if you're watching this on the replay, there's a chance. That's why it says ×2, because there's also winners that can watch on the replay. And we're playing this on YouTube, Facebook, and also on Gel Press Facebook. So wherever you are watching us from, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so what is the actual winner get? Sorry, that's what the winner gets. What is the question? I can't think today. Apparently I can't see the word mobile, so it's all good. So
I'm glad it's not just me. Good grief.
It's not just you. It's not just you. So the question is, what shape would you like to see? There already is a ribbon. So there's ribbon awareness, and there's now the puzzle piece. So what other shape would you like to see that would be a awareness? So what other symbols are out there that you would love to see in gel plate? That'd been awesome to know. I was trying to say gel press and plate the same together, and it came out as prate. So I don't know what I just tried to make up a word there. I swear it is just
sound like me more and more.
We're making up words. It's all good. Very fun. Very fun. Also, there is, I just had to take a swallow. I talk too much and I need to get my, to wet the whistle a little bit. So if you go through, there is a code puzzle. And if you use that code and you have the puzzle piece in there, you can get the awareness ribbon for 50% off. And if you have $15 or more in your cart, you get free shipping in the USA. So yay. Yes. So let me show you guys the graphic for the, oh, I love that one that you just did. That one is so cool. It's up on your right-hand side. And it uses the stencil. Yeah.
Yes. So that's
so
from
pretty.
The stencil. Yeah. This is another one of those cookie stencils by the Crafters Workshop, but I don't use them for cookies. Pretty. I use them for art. They can be used for anything.
I love how we just don't use it for anything that we're supposed to. So there is the awareness ribbon, and there is the puzzle piece. That is so cool and so fun. I love it. So use code puzzle because it just came out.
And $15 purchase right now for the month of April. Anything that you purchase over $15 on our website, gelpress.com, you get free shipping in the USA. So we don't ship outside the USA right now. That's just, you don't want us the pricing for that is ridiculous.
Yeah. But there's some other vendors outside the USA that have these plates that you might be able to get the product through.
Absolutely.
So your local stores, or like there's some other, like if you're in the UK, or if there's other, your local craft stores, or if they don't have it, ask them to see if they could get it in stock. You never know. They might be totally like, yep, we can get that if we know that we're going to ask them for classes, virtual classes, however they're doing it right now. So, support your local businesses and ask them to possibly carry this product if you're interested in having it. So that would be a great way if you're outside. Very cool.
Yes.
I never knew this. So I'm just putting this up here real fast. So the butterfly is for lupus awareness. I did not know that.
Oh, see, we are all learning something.
See, I use the butterfly for a different purpose. It's my symbol for my daughter who passed away. So that's why she's in my logo. So there's a reasoning for the butterfly in my logo, if anybody ever was curious about that, because after she passed away, it projected me into this and the art therapy. That's where it came for me. But it went for that. So a light bulb. Yeah, they have a light bulb. The light bulb is actually right here.
Well, the light bulb, though, is part of our petite set. But the light bulb a little bit bigger is one of our awareness that could work. That could be an option.
That could work. Yeah, because these ones are smaller. So the ones that are the awareness ones are a little bit bigger than the ones that are on the petite behind us. So,
yes.
And then somebody's asking a question, is there a symbol for mental health? I don't know, maybe anybody else would be able to know that one.
Come on, somebody help answer.
I don't know the answer to that. So what are you doing? Oh, you're adding stamps to it?
Yes,
if you see me not looking at the screen, it's because I'm looking at her on my screen and watching her art.
Like zoom this in, so from your end. But,
okay. Yeah, I'm like on bated breath watching, like I'm an audience member.
This is just the cutest little stamp set, and I thought, oh, this would be perfect. This is by Picket Fence Studios. So there's the little stamp, and this little flower is just stinking adorable. And I wanted to use this little sentiment that says, you are pretty inside and out. I just thought that would work, kind of go along with our cause and everything else.
I didn't ignore you. I'm just making you full screen so people can see what you're doing better. So in case wondering why all of a sudden I just exited out, because you can't zoom in, so I'm going to do it for you.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm just stamping. I'm using these Catherine Puller ink pads, which are super juicy. I've just started playing with those, so they're kind of new to me, but I'm really loving them. Doesn't take much. And these little stamps to add this and give a little placement. Oh, I think I moved it. I did. I got all excited.
It's just
so let's do it on the other side. We'll do it again.
It's all good.
See, we all make mistakes, man. All the time.
Happy accidents, not mistakes. Happy accidents.
Yes. Well, I kind of do both. So I'm just going to get some off of here because I just got it too juicy, which can happen, right? All right.
Yeah.
And it takes just little light touches. All right, so let's do this again and not move this time.
That's so pretty.
There you go.
Yay. Look at that.
And put my little character back on because this just makes me happy. Isn't it just the cutest little thing?
It is. Sorry, I'm just enthralled watching you. I'm like, I never get the chance to just watch people live because I'm live too often.
Right?
So now I'm just like enjoying you, watching you live on my channel. It's awesome. And on Gel Press. Oh, look at the adorableness. So are you going to leave it blank or would you color that in?
I think I'm going to doodle in it a little bit.
You're going to doodle in it?
Yeah.
Doodle away.
So let's doodle. Let's doodle. I think it's
Doodle,
dry
doodle,
enough.
doodle.
Get my pen working again. There we go.
Is it a white one?
Yes. Let's see if it'll help make some of this look adorable. Now I don't know what to doodle because now you're watching me.
Well, you
No,
can come
I'm
back
teasing.
to it if you want to. We can always post pictures of these later. Like I'm at a loss right now how to finish mine because I want to come up with a good phrase. Anybody got good phrases I can put on my puzzle piece? I'm trying to think of something with the word love in it, and nothing is coming to mind. I'm thinking too much of the production and what else do I need to say and what else needs to happen.
Right.
And my brain can't 100% go to art right now, and I'm like,
That's because you're playing hostess.
Yeah, I'll play art in a little bit. I'm going to leave all this stuff out and have a ton of fun as soon as we're done. And my daughter's probably going to come over and be like, I want to make like 10 more.
Let's see. I'm going to turn around here. I'm going to get some little pencils, color in the little cheeks.
That and half of my art supplies are behind me, so I can't get at them right now.
That's true.
I've locked myself in.
But you got a great display there.
Ooh, you are loved. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that was perfect. I was trying to think love, not hate, but I didn't want to put a negative word in there. I like the concept, but I didn't want to have the not, but you are loved. Yeah, that's perfect. Now I just got to figure out how I want to write that. I hate my handwriting. I absolutely hate my handwriting.
I've learned to embrace mine because I have found recipes that were done by my grandmother. And, the handwriting is just very quickly created in her own handwriting. And I realized when I was looking at these that I wasn't looking to say, oh, she has beautiful handwriting, or, oh, she forgot to dot her I's. I just appreciated the fact that she had touched that and she wrote that herself. And it just kind of hit me to think, all right, you need to make sure that you're doing that so that, hopefully my kids and grandkids will later on think, oh, grandma touched that, or, my mom, her hands actually physically touched that. And I just thought that was important. So who cares?
You are absolutely right. I just don't want to ruin it.
You can't.
And I need to get past that and just be like, do it, Erin, do it, do it, do it. I tell everybody else to do that. I don't know why I'm not thinking, oops, I screwed that up. I don't know why I'm not thinking your handwriting is like a fingerprint unique to you. It's true. You're absolutely true. All right. So I got my white pen. Out. You guys convinced me. I'm going to practice on one though. Practice.
If you mess
I think
it up,
I also want to add
like
some fun layers. Right? Yeah. I like this side though. That's why I'm practicing on one. I like this side better. I just don't know where I want to put it on there. I already screwed it up.
You can't screw up. I wish we could see what everybody else is working on too, though. We need like everybody creating. I want to see it all.
I'll make it better. I have an idea.
What is
See, we're just arting here. We're just having fun.
I know, right? Little fingers, little scrubby, little pencil. Oh, I think they're cute. Oh, I throw it away. There you go.
Oh, I love it.
So I can wonder what I could do. I'm just going to put more paint on the back side.
Are you just going to paint it?
Yeah, we're just going to put more paint so that I can still use this one and send this one off because I actually like that one.
Bye, Connie. Have a great day at your Bible study. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Margie.
Yes,
I just want to do a few shout outs here. Hey, Barbara, Connie, Nancy, Margie, Joanne, Chris, Cheryl, Yvette. We got MJ, Maria, Joanne. If I say your name twice, it's because I'm trying to go through. I think there's a couple of different Cheryls. Debbie, Pam. There's so many people. I can't go scroll all the way up. But those are the ones I got part way up a little bit. Thank you guys for joining us. Oops, I'm not done yet.
Yeah, we'll continue to
But
play
thank
on
you
them.
guys so much for coming. We could totally keep playing. I was not intending to like finish this, but I am like, nope. Now I got like my inspiration. You guys got my mojo going. So
Now look at that little paint, and I've cleaned up my little mess and added more texture.
Even more. And if I didn't like it, I could always just, like you did, just paint over it and be all good.
You know what? The worst case scenario, when I teach, I tell everybody, worst case scenario, it's paper and paint. Paper and paint, people. You know?
That is very, very true. There's I think we try to take our art and make it look too perfect or make it look just so pristine or whatever it might be that we forget that we're just in it sometimes just to create and just the process of it and not be so worried about how perfect it is. And I can't see that very well. I think I need to do a different color. I was trying to do like stick with just the blues and stuff, but I think I need a completely different color. Got my giant Sharpie box out. Get my Sharpies out.
Oh,
maybe just black. It's so dark. It's so dark.
Too.
I went with a pretty dark blue, but I think it just blends in too well. Maybe I'll just make it bigger.
I want a fatter one.
We're just having all kinds of fun. Going to grab another cup of coffee. Go grab some coffee. Enjoy it. Oh, my pen's dying out here. Doesn't like all the paint. I need a different kind of pen.
What kind of pen are you using?
I was just trying to use a Sharpie, but it wasn't working. All my other pens are hidden somewhere, so I can't get at them at this moment. Like I said, I'm having problems by what's available.
I know, I was thinking before we came on, I'm trying to put everything like within arm's reach so I wouldn't have to get up and walk somewhere. I'm famous for that. And really to do this detail work, I should have put glasses on because I'm getting older. And realizing I really do need to wear glasses more often to do this little detail stuff. So that's probably why I got the sentiment squished and trying to fake it. Over 50 now, man. Remember when you were young and you thought, oh man, everybody over 50 is old. Now I'm over 50 going, hey, we're just getting started.
'Tis true.
I like the Posca paint pens though, because they'll go over paint.
Oh.
And they dry pretty quick too. I'll do black on that side, clean my braid, and maybe do white on the other.
Going with a plan B option here. And I may just have to start all over if I don't like it.
Donna will put all the lovely little charms and stuff on there for us.
Ooh.
And the little links. And so she's going to put holes in them.
So we don't have to do any of that?
Nope. Cool. She'll take care of that. So
I guess it would just be too thick to mail.
Well, that way she can put them in the right side depending on where she's going to put them on the mobile too.
That's true.
So she would have joined us today, but she's working. So
I had inquired about that, and she was like, "Oh, she's working. Darn it!
I know.
Stupid work."
I'm just glad we're getting her back into the crafting world.
I was having like in a total like girl giddy moment when I was thinking Donna could actually be on my show. This would be so awesome because she was one of my we always have okay, I'm gonna have to turn the screen for this one so you guys can see it. I have had like an art crush on Donna for like the longest time. Like there's people that are in the art industry that I have before I started kind of getting into it and doing this as a career and as a business for myself. And she was one of them. She was one of those people that I would just be like pawing over all of the things that she did. And then the first time I actually got to meet her at Creativation was the first year I went there. And I think she was demoing in Gel Press's booth that year. And she was up there and I was like, I got to video you. I got to get a picture with you. Like I was having a total fangirl moment. It was pretty pathetic about how like infatuated I was with her. And so the idea of having her come on here, I was just like, I was too excited just because I don't know. It's this way, like to me, she's like an art movie star is the bottom line. Like that's how, like, I just have loved her art for so long. And then when she stepped away from it for the past little while, and I get it. And she's such a sweetheart. We've gone out to dinner a few times. Like I've gotten to know her over the years, you know, personally, not just as this person who puts art and then I get to watch her from afar, but I've gotten to know her. And she is such a sweetie. She is so amazing. She's got an amazing heart. And I was really bummed when she said that. And like, I get it. She's working. But yeah, I'm so happy that she's back doing art again because I think the world needs her amazing inspiration because she is so super talented. Like she just barely does anything. And then boom, it's just fantastic looking. I could wish I had like an ounce of a peek inside of her brain of how it functions when she's arting because that'd be really cool to see.
Yes. Well, I can totally relate. So I'll share mine with you too. The first time that I ever got to go to a Creativation show was in Chicago many, many years ago. And I went with another store owner because I was teaching little cricket classes at a local store. And I went and I got to take a picture with Donna Salazar and Julie Faye Funbalzer. I got to listen to them and meet them in person. I was complete fangirl and just I got to take my picture with them. And now today though, I can say that I am true friends, not just know them, but both of them are true friends to me. I could call them, I could ask her for advice. Donna is my soul sister. I've been able to roommate with her many times and we just call each other to vent and talk and cry and laugh. And, you know, I think that's one reason why I absolutely love this industry so much. I have friends, true friends from all over the world, not just people I've met online or acquaintances. I have many of them out there too, but I have made lifelong friends. And even though they're not my neighbors, they're not in my same town, I can call them at any time. And I love it. And you're one of those too, Erin.
Oh, well, thank you. And back at you. I mean, I don't know how many times we've had conversations. I keep on like playing around with this. How many times we've had different conversations and we've just chatted and we've just, you know, been goofy with each other. And yeah.
I think that's what's going to make your show so much fun because you're literally just having fun making with somebody. It's not just I
totally am.
Yeah, it is. So, well, listen, when you get about done with yours, don't forget.
Oh, I keep doodling around. I'm ready. Are you ready to flip your camera around?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to pull her off screen for a quick moment and I'm going to switch my screen around because I want to show you guys a few more fun. Oh, my son's standing here. Did you want to come say hi? He's like literally like, can I come on? So I want to show you guys a few more fun projects that the design team has done because they're truly amazing. And then we're going to pick our winner. So stay tuned for the winner, who our winner is. So just a few more fun projects. So just take a look at, you can see they're using alcohol inks on this and all the cool pages. These ones are really, really pretty. I absolutely love them. I'm not sure who made those. Here is a couple of different projects here. I love the backgrounds and how they've stenciled over top of it. So it's all kinds of fun. I'm not quite done with my little puzzle piece here. I think I have to dink away at it and mess around with it a bit more. Look at these. I love this, the textures on this. And I love that flower. Oh my God, that flower is amazing. It's got all these cool like petals. And I don't know, I think she did each individual one on here. I'm not 100% for sure. It's really cool. Here are some cards here with the background pages. The butterfly shape has been done. I believe that is using one of the petites because I believe that is one of the butterfly petites that's on there. Maybe not. Maybe she just cut it out after. But look at the flower petals. So stinking cute and gorgeous. And then here is a couple other cards. That's using one of the gel press. That's the lips you can see there. And look at all the cool background pages on some more cards that are in the background on that one. Let's see what else we got. There's a few others. Oh, I think I've showed this one before, but it's just so cool. I love the background on this and all the different layers and the pretty textures and the doodling that's on here. So, I mean, truly just the backgrounds on these. And I just got to show this one again because it's just really pretty. The backgrounds on those are just so gorgeous that you can add so many fun doodles and just all these other things. And I think Cheryl's almost ready. She's getting there. She's still messing around here. Okay, she's getting her camera organized and making sure everything is good. So yay. So thank you guys. We're going to let her finish up here. They are such amazing samples. The design team does an awesome job. Links are down in the information section to head over to their Facebook, their YouTube, and also to their main site. Don't forget, there is a deal going on right now with using code PUZZLE, 50% off the awareness ribbon if you purchase the puzzle piece, and free shipping on orders $15 or more in the United States only. Yay. And then we have our prize, and I think she's back. So let's get her back in here. Yay. Here we go.
All right. So I was telling you.
Are you all painty and inky?
I am painty and inky, but when you're done with your piece, make sure that you sign it. So I signed mine.
Yes.
Yeah, so we know that that's yours.
Not quite there. I got to do, I mean, I'm close. I'm not quite there. I'm getting there. It's getting there.
There you go.
I'm not finished. I want to add some layers, but the things I want to do are literally behind this wall behind me, and I need to get them out, and I don't have them at my fingertips, but I know exactly what I want to do. I just don't want to be like tearing my room apart trying to get at it.
We'll open them up, take them off. I'll tell you the other thing too, which I didn't say at the beginning. So when you get your new plates, now I've just stuck my puzzle piece somewhere. They're clear, so they can get lost real easy. So you did mention that they come with Mylar on them. So you were using your Mylar as kind of like a stamping block. When you get your plates, take the Mylar off and then get rid of it, use it in another project, recycle it. Some people do like to leave the Mylar on one side and not take it off, and then that way you can kind of move it around where you need to. But once you take them off, don't try to put it back on. So a bunch of people think that you should, but you should not, because you can never get it to go back on the way that it was originally done, and you'll trap air pockets in between the Mylar and your plate, and it'll press down and give you air bubbles, little indentation, so that your plate's not smooth anymore. The Mylar just comes as it's a manufactured product just to keep it so that it's nice and pretty and pristine while it's traveling and getting to you, and you get it and it's a nice, pretty, clean plate. Once you get it, take these. They're great for window cards or something if you want to repurpose it, but don't try to stick back on your plate. Would
be the best way to store it then if I'm not going to put it back on that plate? How do I maintain it?
You can put it back into the clamshell. You can put it back into the clamshell. Yep. And just leave it in there and it'll be just fine. So the clamshell
would it be a good idea
from getting dust and cat hair and dog hair and all that kind of stuff.
I don't know what I did with my clamshell. It's somewhere, but there's the paper that's inside of there. Should I take that part out and just leave like the plasticky part? Or is it okay if it's rested on the paper? Or
it's okay if it rests on the paper, but you're probably going to get it yucky after a while. Some people do like to put a piece of paper on theirs to store it, but over time, the paper, if you leave it on a piece of paper for a while, you'll notice when you come back that there might be, it looks like a little oily spot on it. And that's exactly what it is, because your plate is made out of mineral oil. So if you kept it stored in paper for a very long time, it could seep some of that mineral oil out. And so baby oil, which by the way, is another thing that people clean their plates with. They just use baby oil and it'll clean the plates and get all the paint off as well.
I'm making sure I have the spelling right. I'm 100% paying attention, but I'm also picking the winner. I have the winner. I'm just making sure I spelled the last name correctly before I put it up on the screen. So I'm trying not to usually I say it out loud and I'll say it to myself, but I don't want to give it away for anybody who reads lips. So I just do it in my head and listen to you at the same time. I'm like, this is not working. Oh my God, I should have written it down. I think I got it. If I spelled it wrong because I'm going back and forth, I am so sorry. I'll have to switch screens. I think I got it. I think I got it right. And if I wrote it wrong, but I think I did. Okay, let me check one more time. I think I got it right. Okay, so our winner.
I'm sorry. Now you built up the excitement even more. It's all part of the plan.
Exciting. So thank you guys so much for all the amazing comments and suggestions and ideas, for all the wonderful ideas that are for the new. Oh, and I don't have your email address. Crud. I forgot to ask you about that. I need to copy and paste this real fast. Here. Yeah. So you talk real quick second while I find that. I'm going to pull myself off screen so that way I'm not.
What do you want me to talk about? Do you want me to tell you what my email address is?
Well, I'm going to type it on here, but I don't want people
Okay.
to, I mean, I have it. I just don't have it in front of me. Is there anything new and exciting? We're going to switch around. Anything new? Sorry, I'm a little disorganized today. Can you tell? That's going on. My lack of internet last night, that just really blew
That messed you up, I bet, right?
It did. It did. It threw me in a tizzy. No, I'm just kidding. It did a little
No,
bit.
I
Not
mean,
horrible.
I think I'm most excited that people are starting to talk about in-person classes again. I'm
Yes.
missing that a lot. So you know me, I've been traveling and teaching for 8 years now, and this is the longest I've been home in 8 years. So I'm getting a little stir crazy. I'm ready to get on the road. I don't know that that's not going to happen this year. I'm pretty darn sure of that. But I might want to be teaching again in person. It's fun to do things online too, but I'm missing the in-person things. So as far as with gel press, well, we've got our new puzzle piece. We got some more exciting things that will be happening later this year. So make sure you're following us. You can find us at Gel Press on all of our social media channels. So make sure you do that, because there are some really exciting things that will be happening later this year that everybody will definitely want to play with as well. So
Awesome. I love it. Okay. I got it all set. All right.
Okay.
Are we good now? Yay. Okay. So the winner is, and make sure to email Cheryl. I have her email listed on here. I'll leave it up for a few minutes so that we have a chance to write it down. But our winner is Pam Pirtle. Hopefully I wrote it correctly. I should have written it down. I kept on going back and forth. And I didn't want to like mouth the letters on screen. I was being a silly little goose.
That's
So
the way
make
I
sure
would
you email
pronounce that.
Cheryl.
So hopefully.
Yes. So it's Pam. Thank you, Pam. Hopefully you're still on and you are watching and you're able to claim your prize. I'm gonna see how many were, if she's comments on here. She was watching from Facebook. I cannot tell if she was watching from my Facebook or your Facebook, but there was a question about how can we see all the different comments because we're streaming from multiple platforms at one time. There's no way, unless you were like switching between all the different places we were doing that. My platform, I'm able to, like from my program, I can see everybody. So I try to put as many questions up on the screen that were pertained, or I shouted out comments and questions that people had, and I was making them available for other people to see. But congratulations, Pam. And do not forget, there's still a chance for you to win if you're not Pam, if you're somebody else that didn't win today, or if you're watching on the replay, still leave a comment of what is a shape that you think would be amazing for an awareness that Gel Press can make. So, and we will be picking that prize on, you're going to post that. I had it written down on my sticky note. You guys are going to post
April 16th,
it
next Friday.
On their Facebook channel or Facebook, page. That's the word, page.
Yep, Gel Press
April
Facebook
16th.
page.
Very cool. And the link to their Facebook page is down in the information section. So make sure if you're watching from there, great. Go like them, go check out their YouTube channels for more amazing ideas. And is there anything else before we sign off and say goodbye?
Can we do this again? Like next week?
I'd love to.
No, it's been fun. It's been fun just to get on and play, and no stress, and just get to play. And so my puzzle piece is all done. And
mine's not quite, but it's close. Yeah, there we go. Mine's getting there. I like that it has like this kind of cool shape. It looks like a sand dollar in the middle, so that's why I'm loving it.
Oh, that is. Yeah, I see that. And you got that from what?
That was from the Impressible. That was the center of it.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it looks a little bit, because it didn't catch every single ring. It just caught the beginning, but it looks a little bit like a sand dollar, which, I love anything ocean related. So I was happy. You guys didn't make a fish. There we go. Make a fish.
That's a good one. I know there's so
many
many different shapes we could make.
I just like fish.
Well, maybe we need to make like an ocean themed petite set.
Seahorse, a seahorse, a fish. What other shape? A shark. Oh, a wave of the cold.
Yeah. Now I'm going to sing Baby Shark in my head for the next half an hour. Thanks.
No, we're not going to go there. Not going to go there. So thank you guys. So also, if you are interested in making the puzzle piece and sending it to Cheryl, you can email her at the same address here, where you can chat about it and ask her more questions, or if you just want to get her address to where to mail it, because she's going to put together this really cool and amazing, and I've made so many fun puzzle pieces. We chose to do ours in blue because this is for the mobile, but you do not have to keep with the blue theme. That was just for this particular project that we're making for the mobile that Donna's putting together.
Yeah,
but the one that you're sending to Cheryl
we did the blue because it was for lighted up blue for April for autism awareness. So that's why we did shades of blue for the mobile.
Yep. But very true. Yay. Plus, I love blue. It's my favorite color.
There you
So
go.
I couldn't go wrong with that.
Awesome.
It worked in so many levels. It was awesome. So thank you guys so much for joining me on Erin Makes With. Today was with Cheryl. I'm going to try it. Boglioli. I cannot do it right.
Baglioli. If you do
I
like
was
this,
trying
it
to do
works.
like the Italian.
Baglioli.
Baglioli. There we go.
See?
Like I'm
there you
kissing,
go.
like,
You did it.
I got it. You got to have the hand gesture. With Gel Press, thank you so much for joining me. I had an absolute blast. It was so fun doing art with you. And I can't wait to see you, Gavin, and give you a giant big hug. I'm just waiting to give anybody a hug besides my family, truthfully. I mean, not that I don't like my family, but, you know, other people are great.
No, I agree.
So make sure you head over to all of Gel Press's social media pages, like and subscribe. I'd love it if you like and subscribe to Erin Makes. My links are down in the information section on all the sites as well. And have an amazing day. Stay safe. And don't forget to get out there and just create.
Just create. Bye.
Just create. Bye, everybody.